Today I'm going to be talking to you about Cox
Postulates. He made the claim that viruses do not fulfill Cox Postulates, which are a set of criteria that show that a pathogen is the cause of a disease. So in other words, he was saying viruses do not cause disease.
Cox
Postulates.
Yeah, Dr. John Kaufman. So he was, I believe he was a psychiatrist. He was a proper doctor, and he is one of the leading figures in the whole movement online, this antiviral movement, saying viruses don't exist.
Right. So it's a big movement. I was astonished at this, that there's a whole sort of Substack movement that I've been following of people who think that they know better than the virologists and the biochemists who have long since proved that viruses are a two-stage intracellular parasite, etc.
These ideas are so crazy as well. I remember one making a video about him a couple of years ago, and he was saying that the Rivers test, which is one of the tests to see if a virus causes a disease, it was made 1930s. He was criticizing it because he said modern tests don't fit that particular test because modern tests use genetic techniques, when obviously genetic techniques weren't invented then. So that was his reason that viruses can't cause disease, because he's assessing them against something.
A test devised in the 1930s didn't represent what we actually do
today. Yeah.
Okay, he sounds like an absolute wackaloon. I'm getting a very C vibe out of him, because I think he should at least be in the same category as Dolores Cahill. Dr. John Campbell, a former nurse, not a doctor.
He was a nurse. Yeah, his PhD, I believe, is in creating online resources for nurses to access, like nurse education.
Nanostructures. Yes, this scientific paper says, in those medical interventions beginning with a V, we can find nanostructures. Now, not just nanostructures, but a nanotechnology, a self-assembling nanotechnology. I know this sounds ludicrous, and of course it is.
So yeah, he was, I assume he was a very good nurse. I don't know. I assume he did a good career, but that was his background, yeah.
He has this YouTube channel, which I'm astonished hasn't yet been banned, because it's chock full of some of the most outrageous medical misinformation you'll ever hear, isn't it?
And it gets, about 450,000 views a day. And, some of the guests he has on and some of the things he's said have been so far wide of the mark, but the thing with John, I've got